Hello, everyone. This is Casey here, and today I will be interviewing one of my colleagues with the Center for Domestic Fairness. And what is your name?
My name is Amanda Stewart, and I am an instructional systems specialist here at the CDP.
Okay, great. And so, how long have you been working in the field of accessibility?
I have been working with 508 compliance accessibility for approximately 5 years now.
Here within CDP?
Correct.
Great. What are a few of the tools you have used to develop accessibility curricula for our students?
I use a lot of different tools, everything from the built-in 508 accessibility checker within PDF, Adobe Acrobat, to Java Ferret, JAWS, the Web Accessibility Toolbar, Inspect, ARIA markup tools. I use a lot of different tools.
What would be your favorite of the bunch?
I don't think you can say there's a favorite accessibility tool. We use, because of the delivery method of our curriculum, we use a lot of just the PDF checker.
What are a few of the issues you've run into when developing 508 compliant courseware?
One of the major issues we have is just the variety of different objects that we can use. There's a lot of different aspects out there, different objects, different elements that can be used, but they cannot be made 508 compliant, and so therefore we cannot use them. So I think one of the major issues we have is in the selection of the specific elements and objects we use within the curriculum.
Okay, so that possibly would take away from the learning experience for someone who would need some kind of accessibility. If there's one aspect of accessibility you would incorporate into your current practices, what would it be?
One of the things that I preach often is always be thinking about accessibility. Accessibility should be started at the very beginning of a project, and it should not be forgotten about until the very end and everything is completely taken care of and finished. So one of the things I say often is cradle to grave when it comes to accessibility.
Do you evaluate student feedback in reference to the quality of accessibility components of the courseware?
At this point, no. Our student feedback has never addressed accessibility. If it does, we do offer areas for the student to offer feedback back to us, and if they ever suggested any form of accessibility, of course we would evaluate at this point. But at this point, there has never been any feedback for accessibility in our curriculum.
Do you think that this may possibly be an area where we could start evaluating just a small component of that feedback?
I think as we venture more into online learning and we get more into that, then we will evaluate that more. But at this point, it's just not applicable to some of our material.
Okay. What processes do you follow in order to develop accessible courseware?
We work within teams, and so the team of developers, they ensure that the products that they put forward is as accessible as it can be, and then at the very end we do a final 508 guarantee, and then from there, as the material is moved on throughout the process, it finishes the pilot stages and is moved into the finalization, getting certified stages. There is actually within the certification process 508 checking as well. So we ensure 508 accessibility throughout the entire process.
And lastly, what is your favorite part about developing courseware or our future web-based products?
My favorite part of developing is just the creation part. Taking information that's just abstract and hasn't all been put together yet and incorporating it into a usable organized information for students and the kind of material that we develop where our students can then go and help others. I really enjoy it.
That's great. Again, thank you for your time.
Anytime.
And this has been Amanda Stewart here that I interviewed today here for with the Center for Domestic Preparedness. Thank you again for your time.
Anytime.